All right. Hey, how's it going, everyone? How are you doing? I'm Todd Nauck. Welcome to my YouTube live stream for San Diego Comic-Con 2020. San Diego Comic-Con is being held at home this year due to COVID-19 pandemic and whatnot. So welcome. I'm glad you're here. So I'm going to treat this live stream much like I would my Artist Alley table. This is my online Artist Alley table. So I'm going to be doing some sketching here today and throughout the weekend. Visit toddnauck.com and the link to my website is in the video description below for info on the scheduled live streams, or the live streams I plan on doing Thursday through Sunday. So today, Wednesday, then Thursday through Sunday. So tonight is preview night. For preview nights in the past, I participate in a charity event to raise money for the Hero Initiative, which is a charity to benefit older comic creators with who might encounter some, financial needs, whether it be medical, living expensive, things like that. So us younger crop of comic book creators, we do what I can to help the forerunners in our industry who paved the way for us. So this is kind of our way to give back, to say thanks to those legends. And so so all the sketch cards I'll be doing today, these sketch cards are for sale. They will be for sale. The info on how to buy these are in the video description below. Essentially, you're going to send me an email. Make sure that email subject heading says SDCC 2020 and then the name of the character of the sketch card I draw. I'm only allowing one sketch card per person so that one person doesn't go and buy them all up. And the rest of the specifics are, like I said, in the video description below, and we'll try to do as many of these as we can. So this is my new live stream setup for even traditional art now. Got the multiple webcams, got the nicer microphone, so hopefully this is all kind of working. We'll see how this goes, and it's all running through my Wacom Mobile Studio Pro as my OBS hub here. So hopefully the charge lasts for, I'm hoping for an hour to 2 hours. So we'll see how much drawing we can get done. I'll respond to your questions here. I got my cell phone queued into the show, so the live chat feed. So I'll try to answer some questions or respond to comments while I draw. Can't promise I can respond to everyone's, but we'll see how many I can do, can respond to. So yeah, let's get to drawing. So hope everyone's doing well. So I'm going to start with a Spider-Man here. I'm going to kick off with a beloved character, a classic. One of my personal favorite characters. Welcome everyone, hello. Yeah, it's nice to be back live streaming. I'm looking forward to doing all these live streams here for San Diego Comic-Con weekend. And tonight being preview night. These are 2.5 inch by 3.5 inch sketch cards. Strathmore makes these. There you go. So you can buy these. You can probably buy these on Amazon. Just look for Strathmore Bristol Artist Trading Card. You get a pack of, I think this is what, 20 cards? Yeah, 20 cards. So not saying I'm going to do 20 sketch cards in this live stream, but I'm going to do as many as I can. So yeah, so it's good to be back live streaming. It's been a very busy summer for me. I haven't been able to live stream as much as I did during the springtime, working on different stuff, different projects and things like that, and just everyday life kind of got in the way. But want to try to live stream at least once a week if I can. At least get back to a once a week schedule if I can. That's what I'm going to shoot for. So make sure you're subscribed to my channel. Make sure you click the subscribe button if you haven't done that yet, and set your notifications to alert you for when I schedule live streams so you don't miss out on watching live. If you miss out watching live, come back and watch in replay. Watch the replay. It's still art. It's still me jibber jabbering. So it's still a win-win in my book. So so yeah, whether you watch live or whether you watch in replay, I appreciate your support. So thanks for hanging out with me. So yeah, appreciate it. And if you like what you see, leave me a thumbs up. And if you're watching in replay, leave a comment. And for those of you watching live, thanks for all the the comments and questions. How long am I streaming? Today, we'll see. I'm shooting for at least an hour. If we can make it 2, then we're good. We'll see how much charge my tablet, that is my webcam and mic hub, will last, how long that will last. So because all 3 ports are used to plug in both webcams, the overhead webcam here for the art, as well as the face webcam, and then the mic. Worst case scenario, unplug this face cam and you won't see this gorgeousness for a bit as we charge up the tablet. But we'll just see how things go. I've got it at best battery settings, so hopefully it will have a little bit more longevity to the battery. So a lot of people ask what tools I use. I was using a what is that? Where's my pencil? Yeah, the Uni Kuratoga 0.3 HB lead mechanical pencil. But any old pencil will do, really. You can use a number 2 lead pencil. It's all HB lead, so that really doesn't really make a difference as far as I'm concerned. I mean, I use artist pencils. This is the same as a number 2 lead pencil that you use to take tests in school, so it's all the same as far as I'm concerned. So use whatever pencils you got. I prefer an HB lead because it doesn't get too smudgy, but it's not so hard of a lead that it's too light to actually see the lines I'm throwing down. And then I like to ink with these Pigma Micron multi-liner type pens. Copic makes some great multi-liner, so any pen along this line is something I like to use. I think Staedtler makes a good pen, so I think it's Staedtler. It's hard to remember. I use so many different pens, but I probably use the Pigma Microns the most. And I'm using a 0.8 nib right now for the main contours, the main body shapes, well, head shapes, neck shapes, shoulder shapes, if you will, of Spidey here. Let's see. Hello, welcome. What does death mean in art? I don't know. I don't know. You stumped me on that one. Probably means not alive anymore? I don't know. I don't know what you mean. But I appreciate the question. I should draw Sean Spencer from Psych. I should do that someday. I've done it once before. I did post-it note sketches of Sean Spencer and Gus because I'm a huge Psych fan. I love the TV show Psych. And if you haven't seen Psych, check out the Peacock app. The Peacock app has all 8 seasons, plus the movie from 3 years ago, the made-for-TV movie, Psych, and then the brand new movie, Psych 2, that came out last week when the Peacock app launched, all for free. So check them out. It's really fun, real fun show. So I drew them as post-its years ago, probably 5+ years ago. But I should do a new one now. Should do some new Psych fan art. Scroll back here to see if there are any questions I might have missed. No, a lot of greetings. Hello everyone. Try to respond to as many of these as I can, but there's no problem. If this is Artist Alley, where's Dawn? She might show up for a future live stream this weekend. She asked about that. She goes, maybe I should come because my wife is always at my Artist Alley table. If you've been to any con that I've been at the past, San Diego, the past, let's see, I've been in Artist Alley about since 2005, so 15 years. You'll have seen my wife at my table. She is, number 1, awesome. Number 2, loves this sort of geek culture. She's a Star Wars gal. That was her geekdom of choice, that Lord of the Rings, etc. She's a voracious reader. So she really took to this. She grew up watching superhero cartoons, never really got into reading comics, and that's fair. But she does like comics now, but the only comics she'll read are my comics. So I figure, hey, whatever gets you reading. So she loves going to the conventions and helping me at my table. So she just might help me at this table here this weekend. So we'll see if she'll be able to join me for one of the live streams this weekend. That would be fun for her to have her here on camera. So yeah, we'll see what's going on there. Great question, very appropriate for this being San Diego Comic-Con, because she is a staple at my Comic-Con table. She is. I don't think I could do it without her anymore. I used to do New York Comic-Con by myself for the first 6-7 years. I shared table space with a comic creator buddy of mine. He was kind enough to let me actually table with him. So I gotta say, Andy Lanning, thanks. You're a true mate. And now, you know, I got my own table. I've had my own table for the past, I don't know, 6 years, and maybe 7 now. And I used to exhibit all by myself. You know, New York, it's an expensive city, so trying to keep costs down. And then I got probably the year I did Nightcrawler. When I was doing the Nightcrawler series, it's like, Don, you have to come with me. It's like the con is too big, the table's too hoppin'. I can't do it without you. It's actually, you know, very feasible to bring you to New York with me. And now we love it. It's one of our favorite conventions to go to each year. We love going to New York City, seeing our friends, and seeing the city, go do some tourist stuff, you know, see Statue of Liberty, go to museums, things like that. So yeah, that was probably the last time I did cons without Dawn, because it's just, they get so busy. I need someone there to help me wrangle the table. So she loves it. She loves meeting people. So yeah, I could probably spend the rest of this live stream talking about my wife, but maybe we should move on to another question. But I want to focus on these spider webs first. I want to make sure they all fit correctly. I'll probably throw a little color on this one as well with my Copic sketch markers, and that'll be coming up here fairly soon. In fact, maybe what I'll do is once I finish inking this one, I'll set it to the side to make sure that the multi-liner ink is as dry as possible, so I can erase safely and then color a little more safely. I stand less of a risk of smudging the lines if I make sure that the line art is completely dry. And I'll fill in the black parts of Spidey's lenses on his lenses here. I wait and fill that in after take two. We're going to try this line again. I fill that in after I erase all the pencil lines. So this Spidey will be for sale. Just if you send an email interested in this one, first email in gets first shot at buying. Unfortunately, I'm imagining quite a few emails might come in, so I won't be able to respond to all of them all. To all of them all? That's an odd sentence. Probably completely wrong. I won't be able to respond to all of them. How about we go with that? But if you get a reply, it means you're the first one in, and we'll get you the info on how to pay for this, and we'll get it shipped out to you. All proceeds go to benefit the Hero Initiative charity. If you missed that at the top of the show, I'm only allowing one sketch card per person. You can only buy one. You can't buy multiples, because I want to make sure as many people get a shot at buying one of these as possible. So what was I saying? So you'll want in the subject heading of your email, it's a SDCC 2020 Spider-Man. So then I know all the people that are looking to buy this one, and it'll help me find the email that came in first. If you don't do it like that, there's a good chance I might miss your email. So make sure that subject heading is clear. That info is, like I said, is in the video description below. So Spidey, we're going to just set you to the side here, let you dry, and then we'll start another character here on another sketch card. So brand new sketch card. So I'll like pencil. Whoa, just hit my mic. It's really crowded in here. You wouldn't believe all the cameras and mics and the tablet. I got all the gear here, lights and everything. It's like I've got like this much space to work in. But you know, this is new to me to have it set up like this. So I'm in the process of kind of figuring out how to make that all work. Let's see. So next character. Where's my pencil? All right. Let's see. Let's get caught up here. Will this be watercolor? No, these are Copic marker illustrations. It's a little easier to work with Copics here in this kind of crowded situation. Much like my table at San Diego Comic-Con. If you've been to San Diego Comic-Con, you know Artist Alley is a very small section where you only get like 4 feet of table space per artist. So it's really crowded. So this actually feels a lot like what it's like for me at San Diego Comic-Con. Feels a lot like what it's how packed it is there for me in San Diego. So yeah, I feel right at home, right at home. What's the proper way to hold a pen when it comes to art? Whatever, get the job done. So I hold it wrong because a lot of you see me draw like this. This is how I learned how to hold a pencil at age 6 in first grade, and it took me a while to learn how to hold a pencil like this. So I kind of switch between the two depending on the angle that I'm going in. I've seen people draw like this. I mean, hey, you know, whatever gets the art done in this sense. It's not like you're actually writing. So I don't really know if there is one proper way to hold a pencil when it comes to art. When it comes to writing, maybe that's a little different, but holy cow, Todd, breathe. A mile a minute. I am talking a lot here, isn't it? This is coming out really hot, really fast. So yeah, I do need to breathe. I might need to take a sip of green tea or water over here. So next character. Let's see. Thinking maybe a Jean Grey. Maybe like the classic X-Men 92 Jean Grey, the Jim Lee designed Jean Grey. Don't often get to draw that one. Apologize if I was talking too fast earlier. Maybe it's just my excitement for one, of Comic-Con. Even though I'm not in San Diego, this is still Comic-Con weekend, and it's fun to get to hang out with y'all. And two, I haven't been able to do as many live streams these past about 5-6 weeks. So yeah, so good to be back. Yeah, I'll see if there are any questions. Will I be drawing Rorschach from Watchmen? I don't know. Probably not, unfortunately, but we'll see where the afternoon takes us. Gotta get some hair flow going here. Love drawing flowing hair. It's a bit of a challenge, but it's so much fun. So much fun when you put the puzzle together. A lot of people say they have difficulty drawing hair. You're not alone in that. That is not unheard of. I'm gonna adjust the mic there. See this a little better. Essentially, it's breaking it down into shapes, as you're seeing here. I've got my full drawn in head, skull there, I should say. And then I've got the hair it kind of parts on the side and kind of flips over and down and kind of cascades. I love to draw cascading flowing hair. Cascades down to her shoulders. Now, I've drawn this hairstyle or a hairstyle similar to this many times. So a lot of this has a lot of practice behind it. This is why we practice. You train your brain, your muscle memory to make these shapes, and then you put in the wisps of hair inside to kind of build up the body of the hair to give it that kind of flowing. It's not like we have to draw every strand, but we want a good number of strands in there to communicate this is hair. I love looking at like hairstyles. I used to get hairstyle magazines back before the internet had a good image search feature. Actually, I have a Pinterest board of hairstyles that if I need to draw a specific hairstyle, I can just go straight there. Women's hair, men's hair, and I can just kind of reference the type of hairstyle I need and kind of study, how does this hair flow? What is the shape of the hair? How do I want to personally render that hair? So so reference it. Look at real life hair and study it. Study it and then translate that with your lines and shapes. Takes a while to do. Hopefully my videos here are giving you a little bit of a help with that, kind of giving you a little jump start. I know I love to watch artists and see how they approach things, and I can learn from that. Just think, as artists, a lot of us are visual learners. I learn by seeing something happen, and then I try and put my own spin on it. It's kind of like that. Get some eyes going here. We gotta get the mouth. Hat just bumped the webcam. Sorry about that, gang. Let's see, find a question here. Maybe I can give her a ponytail like in the cartoons. Ah, I missed your comment. I've already committed to the beautiful, flowing, full head of hair here. So there's a missed opportunity. No ponytail for this Jean Grey. But I do like drawing a good ponytail. Just trying to make sure I get this mouth structured just right. Shape of the face. Sorry, gang. Sometimes when the art, you know, when I'm putting a lot of focus on the art, it's eating up a lot of the bandwidth of the brain. So not quite as chatty when I'm really having to put the puzzle solving skills to work. But I'll get chatty here in a moment. Try to respond to some more questions. Appreciate y'all hanging out with me. Hopefully you're having a good San Diego Comic-Con preview night. Just want to make sure I've structured things the way I want them to be. I'd rather make my mistakes in the pencil stage because it's easier to make corrections. That's what the eraser is for. In fact, where is my eraser? I want to rework this chin, jawline just a smidge, just a little bit. Just make sure I have clarity of what it is I'm doing. So when I go to inks, I am making the right choices with my final lines. Just double check from the center of the eyes. Just bring those lines straight down. Yep, looks like I got the width of the mouth where I want it to be. I like to put little circles underneath just to double check my cheeks. Not my personal cheeks, but cheeks of her face. Okay, I think we're good to move to inks now. Yeah, so let's see. No Peter B. Parker cosplay stream? Hey, we're just starting this convention weekend. Who knows what cosplays might show up. If y'all don't know, I do enjoy doing a cosplay or casual cosplay. I do a lot of casual cosplay at conventions. It's a lot of fun. It just allows me a chance to kind of let my geekiness manifest in a really fun way, because I love going to conventions as a fan as much as I do as a pro. So I don't want either side to die out. So I just blend the two. I put the two hands together, and it's geek, it's pro equals me. So could a watercolor painting course help your Copic art? Does it transfer? It could. It could. I find anything we learn at art can be translated to other aspects of art, even if they're completely different, because we're growing our brain. We're filling it with knowledge, and we take that knowledge and then we rework it and apply it. That's been my experience. So I would say it is possible. It is possible. It might not be black and white easy, like, oh, this translates exactly, but it could give you something that goes, oh, from my watercolor skills, I know how to blend this, that, and I can do it with the markers and make this and that. So, and check out my Copic vids. I have a whole Copic color playlist here on my YouTube channel, so check that out. Hopefully the tips and tricks I share there, and I will be sharing here a little bit later on once I start coloring up some of these sketch cards, you can see what I do. So let's start inking. That's not a word. Inking this Jean Grey. Just gonna get those main contours in, and then I fill in the details. Do I like anime or manga? Or manga, I guess is the proper pronunciation of that. But hey, you know me, I don't always pronounce my words properly. Do I do enjoy it. I don't really follow much of it, unfortunately. Growing up, I didn't have as much access to it as people do nowadays. So I do want to watch My Hero Academia. I've heard great stuff about that. People say you need to watch it. I think you'll like it. So that's one I do want to see. So I've got it on my Hulu playlist, or in my Hulu queue. So I just need to find time to watch it. It's like so many seasons and so many episodes. It's like, feels a little daunting, but that's one I'm interested in. And but I grew up on stuff like Battle of the Planets, you know, G-Force, Star Blazers, and Force 5 Shogun Warriors, like Vanguard Ace, Guy King. Those were the anime I grew up on as a kid. So yeah, so I don't follow a lot, but I definitely have an appreciation for the art form that it is. Oh, my wife and I enjoyed the first, what was it? Maybe first half of the first season of Pokemon back in the late 90s. We kind of got into that cartoon. Didn't keep up with it though. But I remembered enjoying that. I watched a good bit of the Digimon cartoon as well. Kind of like that. But didn't watch the entire series. So I remember the first character I tried to draw. Not really. I've been drawing all my life pretty much, at least as far back as I can remember. So that's around age 3. I think I remember the first drawing I did was a picture of a hamburger. So I can say that. I remember some of the first characters I remembered drawing. I don't know if they are the first characters. They might well be the first characters I tried drawing as a real little kid, age 4 or 5. Bert and Ernie from Sesame Street. I definitely remember drawing them around that age. So they could very well be the first, like, that probably were the first fan arts that I did as a little kid. So I'm probably going to let that be my answer, because that's the first ones I can remember drawing. So I'm going to assume they were my first. So, you know, stands to reason. Perception is reality, as they say. So, yeah, so Bert and Ernie were the first characters that I remember drawing around age 4 or 5. I wish I still had those drawings. I do have some of my first Star Wars drawings. Maybe I'll show those someday. Oh, they're so bad. They're so bad. It's hilarious how bad they are. But I was like 6 or 7 years old. So, I mean, heck, I might have been as old as 8. But, you know, but when you're a kid, come on, you do what you can. So, but yeah, I found the notebook that I had from first grade, and it had a bunch of Star Wars characters in it. The ones that were action figures, the first 2 waves of action figures. I had the blister card I looked at the back and saw the first wave and second wave of Star Wars action figures, and so I decided to draw them all. And I remember drawing them. I remember being in the living room at my dad's chair, like the ottoman of my dad's chair. I used it as like my desk, and drew them up. Color marker drawings, and I found the old spiral bound notebook that I had drawn them in the back, and so thankful I did. I thought that book was lost, and so to come across that a few years ago was such a thrill to have some of that early raw Todd Nauck art still alive, still with me. Made me so happy. So I should get them scanned in. I really should scan all those illustrations in so I have them in digital as well. You bet my Star Wars drawings when I was 7 years old are better than your Star Wars drawings now? Don't be too quick to judge. Wait till you see them someday. We'll have to compare. Of course, we're always our own worst critics, aren't we? I'm probably a very harsher critic on me. You're a harsher critic on you. Oh wow, this battery is burning fast, so I might have to cut out this feed here, maybe in about half an hour to plug in the battery, or plug in the charger to keep my tablet running. I was at 97% charge when we fired up this live stream, so I'll have to do some research, see what settings I can put at to try to extend my battery life. And if y'all have any tricks, please feel free to leave them in the comment live, or leave it in the comment section below. I'm always down for tips. I'm using the Wacom Mobile Studio Pro 13, if that makes any difference. So running a PC product. It's not a Mac. Everything else I have is Mac, but my tablet is more of along the lines of a PC. Those of you who just tuned in to the live stream, number one, welcome. Number two, I'm Todd Nauck. Welcome to my San Diego Comic-Con online Artist Alley table. Table II01, which is my table listing at San Diego Comic-Con. Been in that spot, pardon me, spot for about, sorry, choked on spittle there. I don't have the COVIDs. Yeah, so these illustrations I'm doing are for sale to benefit the Hero Initiative charity, and information on how you might be able to have a chance at buying one of these is in my video description below. If you're watching this on replay in the future, which is now your present, but for us live people, it's in the future, these might already be sold. So I will update the video description below if these are all sold out by then, or when these do all sell out. So I would imagine these might not take too long to sell. So, and after the live stream, I'll start responding to emails, you live viewers, for any of you that might have already started submitting your email purchase request. So I have a specific way of how payment for these will work. But I'll have that info in the reply when I send you a reply. All right, Gene. We're gonna set you off to this. Oh, I want to put a little bit more of a nostril right there. Just boop, boop, boop. Gene, we're gonna set you aside, let you dry. Spidey, you should be sufficiently dry, so let's take the kneaded art gum eraser here and pull these pencil lines out. And now let's throw down some color. Gonna work from dark to light. Gonna start with some R56. Then I'm gonna switch over to some R27, which is pretty much my classic base color for any of my red characters. I use this shade for my Spider-Mans, my Flashes, my Deadpools, Supermans. If the character has a traditional superhero red, this is going to be the shade that has been my go-to shade for as long as I've been using Copic markers. Not to say I might discover a different shade of red that I like better, but that day has not come. But it maybe just hasn't come yet. I'm always open to learning new things or trying new things or making changes. Kick it over to the R24, a little bit lighter shade. Now we're down to about a third battery life on this tablet. Now we're going to put some orange here for the highlight color. Keeps it really warm, very vibrant. You'll often see me doing this in my Spider-Man art videos or Spider-Man commissions or convention commissions. So I just like how that makes it super warm and a lot of energy, a lot of power to it. Let's drop in some light blue and cool gray into the lenses. I always like to create a little bit of a horizon here. Like his lens are reflecting the world around him. So white at the top for like the sky, and then light blue and cool gray here for the horizon or the ground. So I just keep it really, really generic shapes. Because it's so small, it's not like I have to get every little detail. It's almost impossible to get every little detail. But it kind of conveys to the viewer that his lenses are reflective. Boop, 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 just like that. I'm gonna grab a little cool gray 4 here and put in some realistic shadows here. What I call quote unquote realistic shadows. All right. Let's grab my Pentel Pocket Brush Pen and we will drop in the black of his lenses now. So just carefully brush all these in. Brush in the spots. I'm drawing on sketch cards. These are 2.5 inch wide by 3.5 inch tall Strathmore Bristol board sketch cards. So they'll fit in a traditional sized trading card case or sleeve if you're a card collector. Information on how to possibly buy this is in the video description below. I probably already have emails that have come in for this one. So first email in gets first shot at buying, and that goes for any character I draw in this live stream only. If you see me drawing a character you think you might want to buy, shoot me an email as soon as possible. But there are specific rules, and those are in the video description below. If you don't obey those rules, I more than likely will miss your email. So that's why I have the specific rules to allow everyone the most fair shot as possible. And then let's throw a little outline around Spidey here, just to give him a little pop off the page. Let's go with a little purple here, a V01. Actually, let's blend this V01 with a B00. I know, it's madness. Kind of have a two-toned outline around him there, just to give a little extra color. Then I throw my signature on here. And today's date, which is 22 July 2020. That's Spidey. Good to go. Info, like I said, in the video description below on how to purchase this one here. Let's go ahead and get Jean Grey squared away. Let's keep the color train rolling, and then we'll start another sketch card. Using the kneaded art gum eraser to get the bulk of the lines off the paper. A kneaded art gum eraser here, this clunky piece of, not really clunky, that's the wrong word, chunky piece of gray clay, is a really great eraser. K-N-E-A-D, kneaded, like you knead bread, like this. Not N-E-E-D, like I need this, I need it. It's not like that, not like that. Kneaded, kneaded eraser is really, I think, erase best without making the ink lines fade. I know a lot of people say they struggle with the ink lines fading when they go to erase. Try a kneaded art gum eraser. Any brand will do. I don't even remember what brand this is. And that will help keep your artwork from fading when you go to erase. More so than using maybe like a plastic eraser, which I'll still use on occasion. Sometimes there's like just some lines, it's like, oh, you got to bring out the stronger stuff, you know, got to bring in the Mr. Clean magic eraser sort of thing here to get that tough stuck on grease off the page. So I'm gonna start dropping in some of Jean's skin tones here. So for her, I'm using a E01. And again, working dark to light is my preference. Because the lighter shades blend, all the colors, well, especially if you're using Copic markers, they blend nicely because the inks are made to blend with each other. So if I work darker to lighter, those light colors are blending with those darker colors and creating some nice smooth transitions. But if I want some harder cuts, then I'll put darker on top of light. It's kind of my general rule of thumb. Now I've powered down from the E01 to the E00. Always leaving a little bit of the white of the board as a highlight, if you will. Let's bring in a little, let's put some rosy blush in the nose and cheeks. I like to use a little R20 at the very tip of the nose. Kind of my darker shade of light pink. A darker shade of light pink, trust me, it works dramatically. Then I go to the R11, pulling up from that nose tip, up the bridge of her nose, to get this kind of nice rosy look. Then put some of this around her cheeks, kind of bunching up around the eyes. Actually, we'll just pull this down all through the cheekular area. It's a medical term. Cheekular. You can use it in any medical situation. If you're going to the doctor, maybe you have acne. I know I had acne as a kid. And, you know, you go into the doctor and you can say, "Doctor, I have a lot of acne here in my cheekular region." They'll know exactly what you're talking about. I'm sure they will. I'm sure they will. Though I can't say that I know that for sure because I didn't go to medical school. So really take no medical advice from me, especially in this regard here when it comes to terminology. A lot of these terms I'm just making up myself. So how accurate they are is really not as much as I think they are. Does that make sense? I'm sure if you said cheekular to a doctor, they'll look at you like, what? What did you say? Cheekular? And if they don't understand, just send them over to my YouTube channel. They'll figure it out. All right, let's color her lips. Her lips. I like to use a darker shade of my darker pink, the RV93. For like the corners and the bottom of her bottom lip. I'm going to kick this up to more of almost like a reddish pink, the R85. Still holding charge on the tablet. For those of you that are keeping up with the tablet charge counter, like I said, if this runs out of charge, I will just cut this feed and use that port to plug in my charger. So, but we'll still have the art feed going. So you'll just lose me here in the corner. Alrighty, Dighty. Let's see. Let's color her eyes. Jean Grey's eyes. I always forget what color her eyes are. Are they blue or are they green? I always forget. I want to say they're blue. And if there are any... I had to deal with so many characters' eye colors, it's hard for me to remember them all. Especially when I'm dealing with all the redheads that exist. Huh. Green eyes? Right now I'm getting the word green eyes. Eye color green, green, green. I thought they were green. Sometimes I think they might be blue, but apparently green is the way to go. Tablet battery watch 2020. Yes. We need to get a like one of those graphics like on the news programs, like whenever they're doing some sort of like Stormwatch 2020. Need something like that. A little that kind of news theme music. Future live streams. Things to look forward for future live streams. So let's see, I was using some RG45 and then RG03 for the greens of Jean's eyes. The Jean green, that's how I can remember. Jean, eyes green. Duh. It was there in front of me this whole time. Oh, some people are saying blue. Well, the internet is saying green. I thought they were blue as well, but the internet is telling me green. Yeah. Superhero DB says green. Fandom X-Men Wiki says green. Google itself says green. But you know, a lot of characters have like green eyes, brown eyes, but at some point they're colored blue. I was reading some classic Spider-Man comics while I was working on my the Gwen Stacy series, and I was going through and it's like, what? They gave Peter Parker blue eyes. Peter Parker has brown eyes. Sometimes I'll see Kitty Pryde with blue eyes. She's got brown eyes too. So let's color some hair. We're gonna go for super red hair. So we're gonna start with that Spider-Man red, R27 right now. Jean Grey's red hair is like almost truly red in the comics. At least the comics nowadays. So it's a little heavier on the red than it is the orange. Little do people know, that is her secondary mutant power. Where Emma Frost, she's a telepath, but her secondary mutant power is to turn to diamond. Jean Grey's telepathy / telekinesis. Secondary mutant power, really, really, really red hair. Yeah. I think they established that in the Bendis run in the comic. So I think, I can't remember exactly. I do remember it was around that time that when he was writing the series, that when the X-Men came from the past, that Jean's hair looked super, super red. So instead of an orangey red. So now I'm going to use that R24. And we're going to still leave a lot of room for some traditional orange in here as well. But a bulk base of the hair is going to have some really superhero red going on. All right, let's bring in some YR16 for some actual orange. So it gives her hair a real nice fiery sort of look to it. All right, so that takes care of her hair. Now we'll do her cowl and like the neck costume. It's kind of like this bluish teal sort of color. I gotta figure out what colors I should use to try to capture that. I'm gonna use some blue and blue-green shades. For those of you who are keeping up with Tablet Battery Watch 2020, we're down to 1/8 of a charge. You'll soon lose the face feed, but we'll keep the art feed alive. I'm Todd Nauck reporting from my own studio. Back to you in the studio. It works. Alright, so some B02. I don't know if you noticed, but when I moved my hand, the card flipped up and tapped on the nib of the marker, and we got a little blue dart right there under her eye. So I have a little trick to fix that. Bring in my lightest shades of pink. And I can blend it out to where it's virtually imperceptible. So I'm using some R00. Kind of blend it out. It's such a light shade, it doesn't overpower the R11. I can come back with some R11 over that. I do both sides to make sure both cheeks are symmetrical. In fact, we'll even add some more of this pink to her nose. And there you go. The little blue dot is essentially gone. So that's a nice thing about the blendability of Copic markers. All right, so let's see. A little darker shade of flesh tones here in her, underneath her ear there. A little E02, just a little bit darker. Now let's see, more color here into her cowl. So I'm going to use some BG01 next. It's a little more of a blue-green. So I color it over the B02. How many of you have the X-Men 92 theme song in your head? Because I do right now, really Really much so. Very muchly. Let's see, I want a little darker shade of blue in here. So I'm gonna pump up with a little B04 just to give her a little more weight. All right, let's bring in some cool gray for some of those shadows, using some cool gray 1 for the skin tones. The lighter the skin tone, the lighter the cool gray. Some cool gray 1 to cool gray 2 is pretty much my go-to for when I do shadows for skin tones that are this light. A little shadow right there on the bridge of her nose. Go a little darker for the hair and costume. Let's try the cool gray 3 this go around. A little cool gray 3 of the eyelids. Be right underneath the nose. Move up to the cool gray 4 for some shadow in her hair. And we'll soon be starting another character, another sketch card. So darker shades, put the darker shadow in the further recesses of her hair because less light is getting there. Maybe a little darker shadow on her cowl underneath the hair. Help create that depth. Now I'll put a little color outline around her. I'm going to use pink because her psionic energy signature is often colored pink. So R13 if I didn't say that. All right. And that is Jean Grey. Oh, you know what? I want to put a little, I like to put a little detail in the eyes. I like to take my white gel pen. I'm using the Uniball Sigma white gel pen here. A little white highlight on this side of the eye. Just gives a little spark in the eye. A little spark of life. So that's Jean. So we got Spidey and Jean right now. Okay, so new character. All right, so this time, who am I going to draw? Maybe I try a DC Comics character, since we've just done 2 Marvel characters. Do a profile for this one. See if y'all can figure out who I'm drawing. Where did I get these sketch cards to draw on? I got mine at an art supply store quite a while back. I actually found this pack in a box. So I probably got these years ago. But you could probably find them on Amazon or at your local art supply store. They're called the Strathmore Bristol Sketch Card Pack. And it's a pack of 20 traditional sized trading card blank sketch cards. If y'all haven't figured out who I'm drawing yet, this might be the clue you need. To bring it home. To really sell who it is I'm drawing. A lot of great answers, but it looks like the more detail I got in there, the more people started getting it right. The Flash. That's correct, the Flash. One of my favorite DC characters from when I was a little kid. There was a cartoon on when I was a little kid called The Super Friends. It's probably the premier superhero cartoon of the 1970s for sure. And the Flash, I remember when the first time I saw him, because they didn't really introduce him much in the first season. I was too young to see the first couple of seasons, so I saw those in rerun. But just prior to Challenge of the Super Friends, where they had almost more of a Justice League type roster, I remember when it was just like Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Robin, Aquaman, and Wendy and Marvin. I think it was Wendy and Marvin. They hadn't introduced the Wonder Twins yet. They would have guest stars every now and again, like Green Lantern or Hawkman or Atom or the Flash. I remember the first time I saw the Flash, I freaked out. I just lost it. I just thought he was the coolest because he could run fast. And it's like, I can run, and when I get new tennis shoes, I can run fast. So this is actually a viable career option as a 6-year-old, you know? So I remember grabbing my paper and my crayons, and I drew him. I drew him as fast as I could before the end of the episode because I didn't know if I'd ever get to see him again. And I just thought he was the coolest character. And been a Flash fan ever since. All right, so we got the pencil lines going there. So now let's throw in the inks. Let's check on the battery. Ooh, it's getting thin. It's getting thin now, all you tablet battery watchers. Let me make sure my volume is up for when it gets... Okay, my volume is up, so it should give me an alert when it's like down to 10% battery charge. But let's give you an actual number. 23, we're at 23%. So that's not too bad for how long we've been live streaming here. Like I said, I'll do more research into battery life and how to optimize my battery life for future art live streams. Make sure you subscribe to my channel for future live streams this weekend for San Diego Comic-Con Stay-at-Home Con weekend. I will be live streaming every day, sometimes multiple times a day. Plan on doing multiple live streams on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So make sure you subscribed and you've set your notifications to alert you to when I'm live streaming so that you can come hang out with me as I draw live. I've been live streaming 1 hour and 3 minutes. Thank you, Mustava. So that's some pretty decent battery life so far. It's actually better than I thought. So, that's encouraging, I guess is what I'm saying. I was hoping to go for 2 hours here, and we still may go for 2 hours. We just might lose this feed, like I said before. It's fun getting to draw these sketch cards, so I'm so glad y'all can hang out here with me. Almost feels like I'm at San Diego Comic-Con. A bit quieter here in the convention hall, which is actually kind of nice. Allowing me a little more time to actually concentrate on the art and not have to hear the roar of the crowd. But I kind of miss that roar. So, and I miss getting to talk to y'all face to face. But I do appreciate y'all posting comments and questions here on the live feed. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thanks for participating. So I'm leaving his lightning bolts open. Just grabbing my bag of what did I knock off my table? Oh my goodness. Oh, you hear that quite a bit at San Diego Comic-Con as well. What did I knock off my table? I'll give you some brown, a brown micron here. Check this out. So this is what I use to kind of give that, it's called a color hold in comics when we want the energy to have a different color than the actual figure work. Like if we want to do, kind of make it look more ethereal, like if it's wind or water or lightning, fire, any energy, or something that should kind of look kind of softer. So I use this brown here. We'll do the lightning bolt on the other side for his other ear piece. So I'll put that brown over there so I don't get it confused. Switch to my 01 micron here for some tighter detail in the face, especially those eyes. My tablet just went into power saver mode, so just a heads up. Little nostril there, furrow of the brow. Okay, so a little bit of this clavicle right there. So or collarbone, if you will. Little shoulder thing right there, that bone. So we're gonna let Flash, let that line art dry. Start another character, and then we'll get to coloring Flash in a little bit. So if you just tuned in, these sketch cards are for sale. These are for sale. Information is in my video description below. And there are very specific ways to submit a request to buy these. First email into me gets first shot at buying. And then all the money goes to benefit the charity, the Hero Initiative. So, do I watch Stargirl? Yes. Did not see last night's episode yet. Still need to watch last night's episode. Really enjoying Stargirl. Really fun show. Really digging that. So let's do something kind of a little different here. See if y'all can figure out which character I'm drawing now. Catwoman or Batman? No. Bane? No, nope. Not those characters. Spider-Ham, yes, that is correct. Spider-Ham. So I've noticed I've drawn, all four characters have had significant amount of red in them. Might have to change up. Or change up the color palette for future characters. Otherwise, I'm going to run out of red in my markers. So I'm using a lot of red. All right, let's drop in some inks here. Ooh. I've been a Spider-Ham fan since I was a kid back in the 80s. I used to actually read, I had a subscription to Spider-Ham's comic book series of the 1980s. I had every issue except for issue 1. Still need to track down an issue 1. But my subscription started with issue, I think, 3. And then I was able to find an issue 2, I think it was. But I don't think I ever got an issue 1. Used to draw all the different Spider-Ham related characters. Like every issue of Spider-Ham would have a short story as a backup feature of a different Marvel animal version of a Marvel superhero. So like Captain America or Iron Mouse or Daredevil or Thor or Dog of Thunder. And I would draw them all. I would draw those all those characters and then post them in my room. Probably still have those drawings somewhere. His little nose thingy, his nostril mask, if you will. Oh, there's the thing. I got 10 minutes of, or 10% battery life left. So we're going to lose this feed right here. I'm going to keep the tablet charging and we'll keep drawing. So we will not lose. Let's see, make sure I unplug the right. Oh wait, that's the, which cable goes to which? That's that one. So it's the center one here. So now plug in the charger. All right. So hopefully I did that right and I didn't cut off the wrong camera feed. Is this charging now? Yes, plugged in. And you're going to lose me here in just a second. Or is it just going to freeze on the last image of me? That's funny. Got me in thinking face. Sometimes I stick my tongue out whenever I'm thinking. See if I can fix that. There we go. least I think it might still appear in the live stream. Oh dear. The trouble I get myself into. All right, we'll just keep rocking the art here. Oh, there it went. There it went. It's a bit of a delay from me to the feed, from the OBS to the feed. But now we can keep the tablet juiced and keep this party going. So tomorrow's live stream should be at 10 a.m. We'll be doing a post-it note sketch. So do join me for that. 10 a.m. Pacific time, I should say. And you can see more of my programming schedule on toddnauck.com, my website. And there's a link to that at the bottom of the video description. Oh, we lost the eye candy. Oh, thank you. All right, so we're gonna let Spider Ham dry. Switch back over to the Flash. Grab my eraser here, and we'll see. I make sure the ink lines are dry, so when I go to erase, less likely chance of it smearing the line art. Trying to minimize those potential problems. All right. So let's start putting in Flash skin tones. Similar to Jean Grey. We'll start with the E01. Work dark to light. E00 is next. Just whack the table with my elbow. That'll leave a protuberance. See, let's put in a little, give him blue eyes and make this Barry Allen. Little B04 and the B01. Put a little pink in the nose, a little R20 at the tip and underneath. Powered over down to the R11. A little bit here around the cheek and chin. Start really giving the face some depth, some plane, some angles to the face and to the the different parts of his face. Now for the yellow of his earpiece here, I'm gonna start with some R21. I'm gonna kind of give a gold effect here. A lot of people ask, how do you color metals? Well, if I'm gonna do gold, this is how I do it. Really get a lot of R21 in here. Now, if you're using Copic sketch markers, these codes will apply to you. If not, just use kind of a darkish yellow, then come in with a lighter yellow. If you're using Copic, Y13. If I said R21, I meant Y21. Y for yellow, 21. Putting a little white of the board as a highlight, a shiny part of the gold earpiece. Then I'm going to drop in a little, maybe a little bit of warm gray. We'll try a little warm 2. Then a little cool gray. We'll do a little C2. Kind of gives that goldish feel. Now let's start putting in some, we'll do the reds of his uniform here. Gonna start with some deep dark reds. So starting with some R26. I still need to color his lightning bolt coming off of his earpiece, like that lightning streak. So I'm considering all the different angles of his face. That is where I'm going to put the darker shades, and then just work my way to lighter. Now for some R27, like I've been using for every character in this live stream so far. Spidey's costume, Jean Grey's hair. I'm going to use the same shade on Spider-Ham in a moment. Can you use yellow? Yeah, when you're doing your gold, you can use any shade of yellow that you have. Just experiment with it. And if you're not quite sure if it's the right shade for the illustration you're working on, test it out on a scratch sheet. Sometimes if I'm not sure if these are the right colors to use for a specific illustration, I'll just have like a little scratch sheet of paper. I can show you one of my marker scratch sheets. Where is one of those? Right here, I just put some scratch markings down just to see if I'm using the colors that I want to use. So keep a little scratch sheet of paper or Bristol board handy that you can test out your colors on before you commit to dropping it onto your illustration. It's a simple little trick there, and can save you a lot of heartache. And you can maybe discover some cool techniques in the process. All right, let's power this to the R24. Like that. And then we're going to drop a little orange in here because that's how I do. A little YR16, similar to what I used for Spidey and Jean. I have two different oranges I use. Usually I use this one. Sometimes a YR04. They're both very, very similar. So it depends on just if I want a regular shade of darker orange or a darker, a very minusculely slighter darker shade of regular orange. All right, now I want to throw some gray shadow on Barry's face here. Just like that. And then we'll take some cool gray. We'll try cool gray 4. A little shadow like underneath the chin, cheek line, over here on the neck, towards the back of the head. Maybe a little bit at the brow. Maybe a little bit where the bridge of the nose meets the cheek. I need to put some of that yellow in the lightning bolt. So I'm going to use a very, very bright shade of yellow. Usually I only use this shade for energy signatures. Y06. This Y06 is a very much brighter shade of yellow. Or at least in real life. I don't know how it translates over video. But there we go. And what color outline around this guy? A shade of light blue. The B00. Oh, I forgot to sign my Jean Grey card. Need to make sure I put my autograph on her as well. There we go. So grab my micron again. That's the flash. And then for Jean. There we go. So 3 are done. Got a lot of red going on there, and the red train don't stop because here comes Spider-Ham. Time to give a little bit of erasing here to Peter Porker. Okay, let's start dropping in the reds. Same process as Spidey. R56, starting with my slightly darker red. Hitting all the kind of shadowy type areas. The spots furthest away from the light. Or spots where maybe shadow would be cast because of another body part or face part of his, a face part of his face that can be completely redundant. Along the snout here. Just working my way to the lighter parts. Working my way to the light. Going towards the light. Am I adding my white? Like I do on my post-it notes? No. No, because the artboard is already white. So it wouldn't show up. But I will be doing it on my post-it note illustration tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, 1 p.m. Pacific. No, reverse that. Got my time zones mixed up. 10 a.m. Pacific Time, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. International, I'm so sorry, I don't know what that would be. I think you're 7 hours. The Greenwich time zone is 7 hours from where I am, so that might be closer to maybe 5 p.m. Greenwich. So, or 17 o'clock, as y'all say in other countries. Now for some of that orange. Come here, orange. I'll do another female character next. Right now I'm altering boy, girl, boy, pig, girl. That's what it looks like it may be. Don't know how many other pig characters I can draw. I'm sure there's tons now I think about it. Pig Iron from Captain Carrot and the Amazing Zoo Crew. Porky Pig. Did we run out of pig characters already? Was it Hamilton from Tiny Toons? Is that his name? Hamilton? Hamilton the pig? I'm joking. This will be the last pig of today's live stream. I don't plan on drawing any other pigs. Some B000. Then come in with some cool gray. Where's my cool gray one? Babe and Wilbur. Yeah, they are fictitious pigs, not cartoon pigs necessarily. I guess Wilbur was a cartoon pig in the animated version of Charlotte's Web, so that's true. I was trying to think of more comic book / cartoon pigs, but you are not wrong whatsoever. But, like I said, I don't plan on drawing any other pigs in this live stream. Let's see, a little cool gray 4. Let's drop in a little heavier shadow underneath onto his neck, here around the cheeks. Little overlappy parts. All right, now I need to spot the black of his lenses. Back to the Pentel Pocket Brush Pen. Fill in these black borders to his eyes and his nostrils. His little piggy nostrils. Of course, that was the name of my grunge band back when I was in school back in the 1990s. Little Piggy Nostrils. Dad joke. That was not the name of my band back when I was in school. All right, let's throw a little outline around Spider Ham. What color? What color? What color? Let's try the BG34, maybe? Yeah, maybe we'll do another duo two-toned outline. So get this kind of seafoam green. Green? I just said green, y'all. Green. Not green. Green. And let's kick this over to some BG01. Where that is? Here it is. Have a little sip of something. Made some green tea at the beginning of the live stream. Just prior to the live stream, it was too hot to drink. And I've gone all this time without drinking it. Now it is sufficiently cold. There we go. Now let's throw an autograph on this one. There we go. We've got 4 characters done so far. Spider-Ham, Flash, Jean Grey, and Spider-Man. So let's see who I can draw now. For those of you keeping up with tablet battery watch, battery watch, we're up to 32%. So we might be able to plug in the other camera maybe before the end of this live stream. Bring, as Jason said, the candy back. How fast can I draw a whole comic book cover? It depends on what's going on the cover. I've done a cover in as quick as 1 day, from sketch to pencils to inks. It was a rush deadline, and but it was a really fun cover to do. I got it done in 1 day. So just one character. It was a close-up of them. It was a variant for the Groot comic book series, where I just had Groot kind of peeking out through the trees. So much fun playing with those textures, and I was just kind of in a zone, and got it done from my editor so they could have it the next morning to pass on to the colors. All right, so another character here. Here we go. Here we go. See if y'all can figure out who I'm drawing this time. Now, I did kind of give away that this would be a female character, so you'll have that going for you. And I draw Lucy from League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. I never read that comic. I don't know who that character is. Can you believe that? Where's my eraser? There we go. I haven't given a lot of details yet, so this could be anybody. See if some of these details start to give it away. No one's gotten it yet, I don't think. No one's guessed yet. Not that I can see. Got some Annie Lennox. That is funny. Annie Lennox. We have too much here for this to be Annie Lennox. At least if I'm thinking of the 1983-84 Eurythmics. Annie Lennox. You know, Strange Thing. Or was it? Strange Dreams are made of this. Black Cat, yep, someone guessed it. It's Black Cat. Created by my friend Marv Wolfman. Back when he was writing Spider-Man comics before I was old enough to read. I get that fuzzy collar. Really go in there, and we'll have the hair fall behind it, so we don't cover up that fuzzy collar, since it's such a signature part of Black Cat's design. Let's see if we can have enough to work with here to start going to inks. Sweet Dreams, thank you. Yes, the rhythmic song is Sweet Dreams. I thought something was sounding wrong with that. It's like, it's not Strange Dreams. What am I? Sweet Dreams are made of this. Who am I to disagree? Thank you, Teddy, for helping me fill in that lyric correctly. It's probably going to bug me for in the back of my mind for who knows how long. Wake up in the middle of the night in a cold sweat. God, Sweet Dreams. Startle my wife, and she's like, what are you talking about? What? Why are you quoting Eurythmics lyrics in the middle of the night? I was saying the wrong lyric in the live stream. I was embarrassing myself in front of everybody for all eternity. Guys, please don't tell Annie Lennox I got the lyric to her song wrong. I'd be, if she were to ever find out, I would be mortified. Absolutely mortified. See, that's the thing. I use so much of my brain power for the drawing. It's like it shuts off things like remembering things like lyrics to songs I've listened to a bajillion times over the course of my life, or you know, the name of the woman I'm married to. What is it? Oh gosh, I can't believe I'm forgetting. Might be even more embarrassing than forgetting a Eurythmic lyric. Dawn. Dawn. That's it. My wife's name is Dawn. I knew it'd come to me. How's Dawn doing? She is quite well. She is doing very well. She's out running errands. But we'll be home, I'm sure, fairly soon. She might even show up on one of these live streams this weekend. We actually talked about that. My wife and I did. You guess it dawned on me. I see what you did there. Love a dad joke. You just found out I'm from Texas. What part am I from? I'm essentially from the Dallas area. I was born and raised near and around the Dallas area / East Texas. So, yep, Dallas. Can I talk about more about what Comic-Con at home is? Yeah, because of the COVID-19 kind of pandemic that we're dealing with, San Diego Comic-Con, one of the longest running comic book conventions in the US, is not able to happen this week. This would be the week that we'd all be down in San Diego, California, attending Comic-Con International. Those of us that could get in. I definitely had my spot and everything ready to go. Even had my hotel and everything. But because of COVID-19, the convention had to be canceled. So never let it be said that we let a pandemic get away and having fun with a Comic-Con. So we're doing it online. So Comic-Con International has a lot of programming online, a lot of panels you can watch. Check out their website for more information. So since I am always exhibiting an artist alley at Comic-Con, I figured, hey, let's just set up my artist alley table here on my YouTube channel, and I'll chat and draw here just like I would there. So that's essentially what Comic-Con at home is. It is celebrating San Diego Comic-Con weekend. Tonight is preview night. This would be preview night in San Diego. So everyone would be just getting in and going over to the convention center for some evening programming. You know, people rushing to get the exclusive Funkos and t-shirts and action figures and whatnots. Oh, the whatnots. The whatnots are gone like in a flash. You know, lining up for Hall H panels, things like that. So since we can't do that in San Diego, we're doing it all online this weekend. So I have live streams planned for the next 4 days after today. You can see my programming schedule on toddnauck.com. The link is in my video description below. The very first post on toddnauck.com, so it should be fairly, and by fairly I mean very, easy to find. Just look at that first post, and it'll explain just about everything. At least everything I feel is pertinent to my live stream / content regarding stay-at-home con weekend. Or Comic Con at home, I guess is what they're calling it. Comic Con at home weekend. So it's just Comic Con and then you add an at home on it. Thanks for coming to hang out with me, everybody. I know you have a lot of Comic Con content options, so thanks for hanging out with me. But do check out the San Diego Comic-Con website. Just search San Diego Comic-Con. It should take you right to, or search San Diego Comic-Con at home, and that in Google, and that should take you right to the programming link, so that you can find out what else. What is San Diego Comic-Con officially posting on their site or social media, etc. Switch over to the 005 for even tighter details here in the eyes. The darn cap keeps tapping the camera as I lean in to try to get closer to get to the finer details. New first time with this new camera rig setup. The new webcam and everything. I'm not live streaming from my phone like I usually do. I actually have a webcam. A Logitech webcam, the 922 here for the art feed. I have a 920 for the face feed, but my tablet just ran out of too much juice, so I had to plug in the charger, so I had to sacrifice either the art cam, the face cam, or the microphone. As you can see, the face cam was the first to go. It's like, gotta ditch the face, because we gotta see the art, gotta hear the commentary, more so than look at my face. The webcams have a microphone in them, but they're not good microphones, so I figure having better sound is better than actually watching me talk, when you're mostly here to watch me draw, I would think. If you're here to watch me talk, well, thank you, I'm honored. That is quite the honor. Fill those spots in black a little bit later. If you just tuned in, these sketch cards are for sale. Info on how to submit a request to possibly buy one of these, first email in gets first shot at buying, is in the video description below. All proceeds are going to benefit the charity, the Hero Initiative. Which is a charity I often do fundraising for, especially on preview night of San Diego Comic-Con. The past, I think, 6 years, with my Invincible Universe colorist friend, Gabe El Taib, currently coloring the current Young Justice series and a lot of other DC comics. They'll host a party that to fundraise for Hero Initiative. So we're going to let Felicia dry here, and then we'll finish her with some colors in a little bit. Let's get another sketch card going. What say? So this will be, let's see, she's number 5. This will be number 6. So we're kind of doing 2 at a time here. So let's see, what character should I do now? I probably have a bigger audience virtually than I would at San Diego Comic-Con. It's possible. San Diego Comic-Con has a lot of people come by. I mean, we see a lot of people, but yeah, I mean, here we are concentrated, so I'm curious to see how many people will have tuned in for this live stream. See, let's try another DC character. Drawn a lot of adults. What if we tried drawing a teenager? There's a couple of clues for you. See if y'all can figure out who I'm drawing now. Or this time. You hope it's the red Mighty Morphin Power Ranger. Probably will not be drawing a Power Ranger this go around. Do not have reference of the Rangers. I don't currently watch the show, or I don't watch the old Mighty Morphin show, so I don't have those characters locked in my memory where I can draw them from memory like I'm drawing all these characters. So probably won't be a well, I see someone got the correct answer, but I won't say just yet. I won't confirm which one's the right answer, but someone did post the right answer. We'll give you a little more info here. But someone did guess the right answer. Very good on that person that guessed before I even got the face drawn in. Of course, with DC Teens, you can start to rattle off some of the top names and probably hit it. But, you know, I didn't see you doing that. You pretty much got it in one, I think. So, good on you. See if this starts to bring in a little more detail. Enough for people to... Are y'all seeing it now? Are you seeing it? Yep, seeing some more people saying it. Yep. It's Robin. Tim Drake Robin. My homeboy from Young Justice. Spent 5 years drawing this character on my Young Justice series from 1998 to 2002, essentially 2003. Well, no, I guess I started in 90. I got the job in 97, and I drew it from January 98 to November 2002. So yeah, I think that's close to 5 years. Thereabouts. 98, 99, 99, 2000, 2001, 2000, 2002, and almost 2003. So yeah, just shy of 5 years. Really love drawing that Young Justice series. Let's start throwing some inks in here. Do I remember that one time when that one thing happened? Oh, how could I forget? How could I forget that one time when that one thing happened? It's emblazoned in my memory. I might not ever forget that one time or that one thing that happened. Yeah, thanks for bringing that up. Thanks for bringing that up. I'm surprised you remember that one time when that one thing happened. Can I make Leon Kennedy from Resident Evil? I am not. I have not played the Resident Evil games, so I don't really know who that character is, unfortunately. I mean, I could make them if I, looked up reference and whatnot, but would not be doing that in this live stream. With that one guy? Well, that one guy was there. I mean, I remember that one guy was there when that one thing happened that one time. Yeah. I mean, if you're talking about that one guy that was there. But I guess the less said about that one time, that one thing happened, the better. Is this Damian Wayne Robin? No, this is Tim Drake Robin. Technically the third Robin, if I'm remembered correctly. There's Dick Grayson, who was the first one. Then Jason Todd was the second Robin. And then in the early 1990s, they introduced Tim Drake as the third Robin, who actually had sweet enough detective skills that he figured out that Bruce Wayne was Batman and infiltrated the Batcave. If I remember the story correctly. I mean, I haven't read that story in, well, since the 1990s. But I guess he impressed Batman enough. He's like, hey, well, you want to be a Robin? All right, cool. I'm paraphrasing that, mind you. That's a complete paraphrasing of what Batman said. Third Robin is Tim Drake. Fourth is Damian Wayne. Isn't Stephanie Brown the fourth Robin, technically? Making Damian Wayne the fifth Robin? Asking for a friend. Okay, we're confirming that Stephanie Brown is the fourth Robin. And then Damian Wayne. Of course, then there's Carrie Kelly, but that's in an alternate future, so who knows what number Robin she was by that time. Did I just say time? That time. Carrie Kelly is like the 6th Robin, so she'd be the one right after Damian Wayne then. If Damian's 5th, right? Who can keep up with all the Robins? I doubt Batman can. Why should we be expected to? So I guess Carrie Kelly would be the 6th based on stories we currently know. Still leaving room for any number of Robins to take up the mantle before Carrie Kelly becomes Robin. Assuming that timeline even exists in the current DC universe or is more of an alternate timeline. If I can get extra geeky at the moment. All right, let's switch to the 0-1 for some finer details of the face. Carrie made a number of appearances in the New 52 after Damian was killed. Oh, I didn't realize Damian had been killed. Well, I assume he got better, right? Because Damian still exists in the DCU, if I understand correctly. Of course, whoever let death stop, you know, what hero ever, super combo character ever let death stop them, you know, hero, villain. Death is rarely final for fictional comic book characters. I think just about everybody has come back from the dead at one point or another. I mean, Bucky Barnes, he, I guess, technically was never dead, though we thought he was dead. He became the Winter Soldier. He was probably the longest running character to stay dead. Probably has the longest time spent being considered dead. Jason Todd was dead for a long time. Superman's death was very short-lived, but then that whole Kryptonian whatnots played a factor. Switch to the 005 for some even tighter facial details. That's comics, you guess. LOL. Everyone comes back eventually. Absolutely, Chris. Absolutely. Except for Uncle Ben. Spider-Man's Uncle Ben has not come back. I don't think he ever could come back. Now, there have been alternate reality Uncle Bens that we've seen, but the 616 Peter Parker Uncle Ben, as far as I know, has never come back. His death is too critical to Peter Parker's story, you know. Good thing about this is I don't have the internet signal problems most struggle with at San Diego Comic-Con in the building. You are correct. I'm the only one on my internet feed, and I really appreciate that. So, yeah, San Diego Comic-Con, oh man, sometimes that internet feed, that signal can get really, really bogged down. Some conventions now have dedicated internet feeds for their guests, like an Artist Alley at Emerald City Comic Con. There is a how do you say, specific internet signal for the artist alley guests. Like, we're the only ones that can use that. And it's great. You know, it keeps us on our signal so that all the attendees don't have to share it with the regular signal, the data signal from with all the other artists or other people there on the 6th floor. Anyhow, I appreciate that the Emerald City Comic Con has a dedicated artist alley Wi-Fi signal. All right, so let's finish up Black Cat here. Needed eraser. Wipe out those pencil lines. Let's see, you need to get a little bit stronger of an eraser. Get some of those problem lines out of here. There we go. Let's see. Now I need. Let's drop in some skin tones. We'll start with some light skin tones for Black Cat. Some E01, just like we did for Flash and Jean Grey. Appreciate everyone hanging out. Hope you're doing well today. Hope you're enjoying preview night here on my YouTube channel. More live streams to come this week. Visit toddnauck.com to see my live stream schedule. Plan to do at least 2 live streams each day of San Diego Comic-Con weekend here this weekend. 2 on Thursday, 2 on Friday, 2 on Saturday. And right now we're looking at 1 on Sunday. Sunday afternoon is the plan. Subject or times and content are subject to change. Stay tuned to my website for any possible updates. Or on social media. I might update on my social media as well. Add some pink to the nose. That was the R20, and now coming in with some R11. Rosy out those cheeks. A little darker shade of skin tone. The eyelids, a little brown here. I actually forgot to draw in the top of her eyelid. I'll do that a little bit later. And her eyes. I know Black Cat's eyes are green. I did a Black Cat commission just last week. So I know her eyes are for sure green like a cat. So YG45 and now some YG03. I like to put darker up towards the kind of little highlight I drew in, and then lighter on the opposite side to kind of give it a nice, almost jewel-like effect. Let's come in with my darker pink. So the RV95. If I said RV93 when I was coloring the lips of Jean Grey, I meant RV95. I think I said RV93 when I was coloring Jean. Let's go with some R85. There we go. Now let's start sculpting her hair. Let's go with some, let's try the B00. I just put in, now because she has white hair, I need to translate that with shades of light blue and light gray. That's what I like to do. The fur is kind of white, so we're just going to drop in some, fleck in some light fuzzy texture. Now I'm gonna complement. Uh-oh, my southern accent's coming out. Complement this light blue with some cool gray 1 to give it this kind of real nice bluish gray. Use the same cool gray to drop in the shadows on her face. Like where the hair overlaps. Underneath the nose. The bottom lip. Beef up that cool gray right under there, under the hair. So let's put a little bit of this cool gray through the top of the eyeball to give it kind of a rounded effect. Now I'm gonna drop in some neutral gray in her costume, and then we'll add the black spots last. So neutral gray 5. And kick that over to some neutral gray 4. Actually, I want to add some of her skin tone. E01. A little bit like right here. Just to kind of separate the collar from the upper part of her body. And now let's see. Let's drop an outline around her, little BV11, kind of a bit of a purple here. I think would look nice with Black Cat. Let's add that little highlight to her eyes, like I did with Jean. The Uniball Signo white gel pen. It's right there on the opposite side of the drawn-in highlight. Now I can take my Pentel Pocket brush pen and fill in these black areas. Just like that. And then I can take my micron and drop my signature on here. There we go. Oh, and then I was going to finish that one little line I forgot. The upper part of her eyelid to match her other eye. There we go. More consistent. So there is Black Cat. That's sketch number 5. So we've been going for about just over 2 hours. So I'm going to need to wrap this live stream up soon. So we'll probably let this Robin be the last one here for this live stream. So we'll get him all colored up now. So I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. I should check to see if were there any questions. Thanks for all the character suggestions, everybody. A lot of y'all made some great character suggestions. Really, really, really cool Character suggestions. What color did I use for the Spidey highlights? I use a shade of orange. A YR, what is that? A YR16 or the YR04. I alternate between those two. They're both essentially the same shade of orange. I mean, there's very, I mean, the difference is very subtle. So, yeah. That's what I use. So, using those same Caucasian skin tones I used on the previous characters. The E01 is what I'm starting with. Powering down to the E00. So I think doing the con this way will make it so I don't feel as exhausted as I would at the normal San Diego Comic-Con. You know, I think that may be the case, yes, because at the normal San Diego Comic-Con, I'm at my table from the start of the con at like 9:30 a.m. till 7 p.m. when the con ends each regular day of the convention. It ends at 5 on Sunday, but 7 p.m. on Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Where am I getting a Tuesday in there? My brain. After this, I'll sing you some Eurythmics lyrics and get them all completely wrong, like I did earlier in the live stream. So I did it again. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. The show goes till about 7. So, you know, that's about, gosh, at least 10 hours of nonstop sketching, talking, signing comics, doing panels or interviews or booth signings all through the day. And then, you know, going to dinner, seeing friends at night, getting to bed late, collating my commission list for the next day, finishing any commissions I didn't finish that day on the show floor, and then, you know, getting, maybe if I'm lucky, 6 hours of sleep to then do it all again the next day. So that is pretty exhausting. It does take its toll. So here I have the comfort of being in my own home. I have, you know, I'm just doing these, you know, 1, 2, 3 hour live streams. So it's not quite as exhausting, I think. I think you're absolutely right about that. This will not be quite as exhausting as San Diego Comic-Con. San Diego is a lovely part of California. I really do enjoy going down to visit San Diego. I'm sad that I can't go down there this year due to coronavirus. But, you know, hopefully things will be back to normal next year if we can, you know, all do our part to get through this. So yeah. Yeah. I think you are right. Yes, this is probably a bit less exhausting. But still, so much fun. It's so much fun to be at San Diego Comic-Con. So coming in with the YG45. Some dark parts of the greens of Robin's mask. Bring in some G14 now. Hope y'all have had fun hanging out with me here this afternoon / evening, depending on where you are in the world. For some of you international, it's probably well into the nighttime. For some of you, it's actually, well, if it's Wednesday for me, it's probably Thursday for you, depending on where you are in the world. But thank you all for hanging out with me. I really appreciate your support. Hope you'll come and join me throughout the Comic-Con weekend, as I'll be doing more stay-at-home or Comic-Con at home art live streams. I'll be doing a post-it note tomorrow morning. Well, morning for us Californians, 10 a.m. Which character will that be? Not even I know. And then I'll be doing another live stream in the afternoon for me, of course. Depends on where you are in the country / world. So check out toddnauck.com for all the info. I've got all the info for my Comic-Con at Home live streams there. And I'll have updates if my content or times change. So stay tuned to my website and social media for any updates regarding my programming or content. I want to try to keep y'all as up to date as possible. But right now, at least 2 live streams a day for our San Diego Comic-Con. Comic-Con at Home weekend. With Sunday only being 1 because it's a shorter day. But I hope y'all have had fun with me here today. And when I'm done with this, I'll be responding to some emails for those that have emailed about buying these. Remember, the first email that comes in gets first shot at buying. If you don't get a reply from me, it means that you weren't the first email in, and I'm probably finalizing the sale with someone else. If the first person who gets their email in cannot complete the sale, I move to the next email that came in the order that they come in. So if you don't get a reply from me, I'm sorry. I'm not able to reply to every single email. So just know that if you don't get a reply, it means that the sketch card did sell, and all proceeds are going to benefit the Hero Initiative. But there'll be more art created this weekend, and I'll have updates on how you can get that art or have a chance at getting that art in each live stream. So you'll want to keep your eye on the description info of each live stream for updates, or because each live stream will be a little bit different, and so the artwork will be handled, or each artwork will be different, so the how I sell it will be a little bit different. Some might be similar, but some might be different. Let's add some shadows to Tim's face. Fill in the black in just a moment. But yeah, like I was saying, I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. Appreciate all the comments and questions. Sorry I couldn't respond to every single one. Did I learn anatomy from books? What books? I did. Well, I took anatomy classes at my art college. I had like 5 different anatomy classes, and my life drawing instructor, she taught from the not George Bridgman. He's great, but Burn Hogarth. That's the name I'm looking for. Burn Hogarth. B-U-R-N-E Hogarth, like the kid from Iron Giant. So that's the one I learned from. But really, George Bridgman, Andrew Loomis, Burn Hogarth, they're all winners in my book. And you can learn from all of them. But, you know, you can go with what your tastes prefer as well. So, you know, look them up online, check them out. I'm sure their books are for sale, like on Amazon or something. Or if you have a local bookseller, if you want to support your local bookshop, that's a great thing to do as well. But those are some life drawing type people you can look into. So almost done with Tim. Oh, let's see, I already did that. Okay, good. Oh yeah, I want to add a little gray to his yellow of his color. Oh, chin casting a shadow. Just like that. And then a little bit of an outline around this guy. Kind of this grayish green color. Then I'll fill in the blacks. Right now it looks like he's got gray temples. It's Old Man Tim Drake. Ah, yes, Old Man Tim Drake, a new series I'm pitching to DC Comics. See if they'd be willing to pick it up. It's a teenage Tim Drake, but he's aged 50 years. How and why and what part, what dystopian future is old man Tim Drake having to deal with as an elderly teenager? Old man Tim Drake. Be sure to watch the CW show based on the hit comic developed for television by yours truly, Old Man Tim Drake. Ain't no Old Man Tim Drake. We gotta put the black spots into his hair here and make him straight up classic Tim Drake. Kind of the fun thing about when I fill the blacks in, it's like what it looked like before when I didn't have the blacks filled in, and then the blacks then fill in. It's like boom, all that white disappearing looks so different. Here on its collar and cape. All right, want to make a little adjustment here. Need to bring down just a little bit more. Fill that out a little bit. I need to add a little bit of gray to his mask. Try a little cool gray 3. Around the eyes and at the bridge of the nose there. Oh yeah, I need to sign it. It's 22 July 2020. All right, let's see. See if I can plug the face cam back in to sign off. Let's see, gotta find a video capture. There we go. I need to pick the device. Can I do this? Maybe this is not even worth trying to do. Oh, there it is. There we go. I'm back. I'm back, everybody. Let me put my camera where it needs to be. There we go. Hey, gang. So, we got a lot of sketch cards done. I don't even think I can fit them all in the shot down here. We'll try to jam in all 6 to one degree or another. Yeah, there's a lot. I mean, there's a lot of red there. So we got a lot of these characters drawn here. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thanks for being a part of preview night here for San Diego Comic-Con at Home 2020. Thanks for putting up with all the, probably you heard me say a lot of the information over and over and over again, because we had a lot of new viewers coming into the live stream later than some that were there at the beginning. If you're watching this in replay, thanks so much for watching on replay. Be sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on future live streams and uploaded art videos. If you, let me pull the mic over here a little closer. If you want to keep up with my San Diego Comic-Con at Home programming schedule and content listings, just go to toddnauck.com. The video, or the link to my website is in the video description below, as well as all of my social media. I'll try to keep updates on like my Twitter, Instagram, Art of Todd Nauck Facebook page. I'm sure I've got a lot of emails in for these, so I'm gonna see, you know, if we can get these all squared away and get that money over to the Hero Initiative. So for those of you that are able to purchase these, we'll have 6 different buyers is what the plan is. So that means, you know, so hopefully some good help to the Hero Initiative. So thank you for being a part of that. We have new art coming out for different live streams throughout this weekend. Different options, different stuff going on. So today was strictly the sketch cards for Hero Initiative Day. So, but yeah, so good to hang out with you. So much fun. So fun to have this new setup here. And like I said, I'll check on that tablet. Check on that tablet battery life, how to extend that just a little bit longer so we don't have to cut this feed in the middle of the live stream. But, you know, small price to pay to keep the show rolling. The show must go on. Everybody, thanks so much for hanging out. I hope you had a good time. Thanks for all the comments. Thanks for all the questions. Sorry I couldn't respond to them all, but I really appreciate that. Y'all are awesome. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern time. I think I said that right. 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern time. Then again, 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern time. International people, go to the Google and tap in Pacific time to whatever your time zone is, conversion, and the Google will give you that. But if you're subscribed to my YouTube channel, then when I schedule the live stream, you'll get the automatic update notification, or at least you should if you have your notifications set to do that for you. Anyhow, gang, thanks so much for hanging out. It's been great to be back to live streaming, and I look forward to seeing y'all tomorrow morning. Till then, I'm Todd Nauck. Keep on drawing, keep having fun. Take care.